one thing in common. We want this city of ours that we love to do very well. The better he does, the happier I am, I will say this.
We spoke about rent, we spoke about groceries, we spoke about utilities, we spoke about the different ways in which people are being pushed out, and I appreciated the time with the president, I appreciated the conversation, I look forward to working together to deliver that affordability for New Yorkers.
Politics is a theater, but democracy is the system where even after the harshest attacks, leaders must sit together and work for the people. Words can be sharp, rhetorics could be brutal, but governance demands maturity. Months before the New York elections, Donald Trump repeatedly attacked Zohran Mamdani as communist, as Jewish hater, unfit for office.
In New York, where their party installed a communist as the mayor of the largest city in the nation.
Mamdani firebait just as strongly. He called Trump a racist, a fascist, and a political despot.
And it's where the mayor will use their power to reject Donald Trump's fascism.
Their exchanges made it seem impossible that these two men would ever sit together in the same room. But democracy is not just about speeches, it's about results. The people voted, and the decision allowed Zohran Mamdani, an immigrant who arrived in the United States after only in 2018, to become the mayor-elect of the New York City, one of the greatest metropolitan centers in the world. This is American political exceptionalism. The system allowed a newcomer to rise purely through public support. Then all of a sudden something powerful happened. The man who once attacked Mamdani welcomed him inside the Oval Office. They shook hands, they smiled, they discussed housing, safety, and the future of the New York City. For that moment, political attacks were left outside the door. This is what mature democracies look like. You see, this is democracy. Opponents are not enemies, rhetorics are not reality. After elections, leaders must work together. The system is bigger than any individual. In democracy, governance begins where the campaign aggression ends. Donald Trump, who is one of the most powerful figure in modern American politics, had to do. Our democratic leader eventually must respect the people's vote. He may disagree, he may dislike, but he cannot reject the mandate. And you see in Pakistan, our politics too often become personal. Governments come to power and try to erase everything done before them. Parties treat each other as enemies instead of rivals. But democracy is not about destroying the opponents. Democracy is all about building a system where even those who disagree can govern after the decision. If Pakistan reaches a point where disagreement ends after the vote and work begin the next day, then institutions and democracy will strengthen. Political rhetoric is one thing, elections are competitions, but governance is cooperation. Democracy's real strength is not in public speeches, but in ability to sit across the table afterwards and work for the nation. When we look at Pakistan, Pakistan today is trapped in the same problem that mature democracies learn to overcome. Parties see each other as enemies, not rivals. PTI, PMLN, Pakistan People's Party do not compete on policy. They compete on destruction. Every time power changes, projects are stopped. Politics is reversed. Institutions are weaponized. Political hatred becomes national paralysis. Democracy becomes a zero-sum game, not a system of governance. And honestly, Pakistan loses a lot in it. When political parties refuse to sit together, investors walk away, development projects halt, bureaucracy stops taking decisions, and the economy runs on uncertainty. Foreign policy becomes weak and inconsistent, and the greatest loss is moral. People lose faith in democratic process itself. If we look at 1990s Pakistan, Pakistan People's Party and Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz spent the entire decade trying to bring each other down. Benazir government was dismissed in 1990, Nawaz Sharif government was dismissed in 1993, and Benazir dismissed again in 1996. And what happened eventually? No economic continuity, no long-term reform, massive loss of national confidence. The system collapsed big into military rule in 1999. This was the price of politics without consensus. Now we also have the example of Charter of Democracy, where it is proved that consensus basically works. When Nawaz Sharif and Benazir Bhutto signed the Charter of Democracy in 2006, politics calmed, at least temporarily. The outcome was immediate and visible, smooth transfer of power from Pakistan People's Party into PMLN in 2008 and 2013. There was some economic stability, there were major kind of constitutional reforms like the 18th Amendment, and it all showed when political parties stopped treating each other as moral enemies, democracy is strengthened. So what does mature democracies do? The United States of America offers the example repeatedly. Rivals attack each other during elections, but they sit in the same room in the morning afterwards. They work for the people, not for revenge. Lincoln appointed Chase, Stewart, and Bates. Similarly, currently Trump and Mamdani sat together in the Oval Office. And why? because democracy is not fought on the battleground, it's won at the cabinet table.